Never mind me while I'm stepping out my circumference. I feel the nerves trickling down. It's life humbling. My words stutter, stumbling, staggered, I'm caught off guard. This the life of a jigaboo, introverted, I'm scarred. Whoa, my mother been the melodies while they sing the choruses. Direct message from Slade saying we need more of it. Paranoia in my state, I see envy at high rates. Now it's crop off the fate, turn great so I fly straight. Was gone for a minute, now I'm back like an X with big factors. I see you turn flat like extinct like some raptors. When I drop through purposes and practicing patience, we move to greener pastures. They're saying life is a matter of mastering basics and mastering patience. More time I get tired of waiting. Maybe it's fate procrastinating. The times are bad, so it really had me sprung. Like she got me doing things that I never do. You thought that we connected when in fact it was trauma bonding. Just leave it up to me to break the rules, never corresponding. My childhood filled with fence climbs and knee scrapes and bikes and kicking it by the street signs. The older I get, I'm trying to lessen any screen time. The bounce back heavy, I rock steady on climb. This world's a fucking loop. The news will pick and choose whatever truth they wanna give to you. I cannot stomach it, so I poop. Oops. When life turns sweeter, the lemon mouths get louder. But I'm amplified with ghosts from God like that boy Fowler. Working like I got that point to prove. But truth be told, the proof is right in the pudding, no point to lose. 60 for the crepes, yeah, I did that just because. She expected more, girl, you know I'm saving up. Left me on red, well, it was what it was. Never stress over them joints or in downs when times get rough, so I ghost. Long are the days when we was close, and when I see you, it's like two completely different type of goats. I approach the weekly fire dropping, which I'm feeding. Still, I don't expect to be the one. Your boy having fun. Still, the songs get spun like Beyblades and teacups. My fun fair to those that ever really know me from jump. So what's up, I've been the one they all depended on like TJ. Now they're dead wilder than a furry knockout punch, leaving them straight stunned. There's hella fun. Through the lot, now you know I'm coming through. When the growth look good on you, best believe they wanna screw now. I've been trying to climb, devil threw me in the dark. Baby, don't be insecure, you can still go make a mark like blow. Could never let them drain my soul now. Blow. Table turning like doorknobs, wow. Blow. I think I'm about to set sail. I'm a walking, living legend, walking with my chest out. Life keeps dealing me cards, I keep feeling in love.
Rookie mistakes, man. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You know it's Friday when I'm out here talking to my damn self. I hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is blessed. The weather over here in London, it is not looking great. It's all grey. It's raining. It's kind of crappy. Not the greatest start to the bank holiday weekend, but we move. We here. We live. We in the building. You know the vibes. You know the damn ties. Like I said, I hope everyone is blessed. Big up everybody watching over on X, over on YouTube. Make sure you do, importantly, smash that like button. You already know why we're here. It's the penultimate game at Anfield for Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool versus Spurs match preview. So let's get into it, man. Let me see who's in the building this morning. Big up Steve. Newcastle have 2 fit centre-backs the rest of the season because Fabian Schär has a hamstring problem. We've got Dan Burn and man like Paul Dummett. Hey, you think you got problems? I can't even lie. I think you beat Spurs like 2-0, but both you guys are experiencing ultimate head loss. So who knows? I suck at predicting Liverpool games anyway. I think we all do at this stage, but big up to yourself. Big up Connor the Red. Hope you're blessed this morning. Let me know if you're around for any. I might be, but it's obviously it's bank holiday, so I probably would have to wait and see. Big up the slot. morning. Big up Andres. Morning from Croatia. Now, big up, man. Big up over there in Croatia. What time is it, by the way? Over there, I don't know the time difference, but whatever it is, big up to you, yourself, your family, and everybody else watching. And as Steve says, make sure you are smashing the like button. You guys can obviously see next to me, it's the Liverpool versus Spurs game. These lineups are just more like a predicted lineup of what they think may potentially be for the weekend's game. Obviously, we're going to take a look at the Jurgen Klopp press conference for the Liverpool-Tottenham game in a moment, any team news and stuff like that. So then it will allow us to be able to predict our predicted lineup, score line, and all that kind of stuff, and then we can kind of delve into it. It's 11:41. Oh, okay, cool. So it's only, and you guys are literally an hour ahead of us, so you've probably been awake longer. What is a bank holiday? The actual term, I could not tell you. I just know it's a day that we get from like multiple, well, a few times in the year, where more often than not, depending on the line of business that you work in, you have the day off. You have the day off work on that day. Someone let me know, what is it actually for? Like, why do we actually have a bank holiday? I knew it before, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But it is what it is. It doesn't even really matter. Let's even not waste any damn time. Let's take a look at the Jurgen Klopp press conference. There was some news. I'll let you people know now. There was some news I saw, which kind of made me go, huh? But you know, you guys can see it for your damn selves. Let's take this off. Let's do it this way. There we go. Don't need my ugly mug in the way. Let's unmute that. Largen the screen. Let's get it.
Good morning. Sky again. Great.
Let's rock
At
it.
least I don't use
Good.
First of all, congratulations on securing Champions League football for next season.
Thank you. I take that. I felt exactly the same last night. I was really happy.
Good.
Yeah.
And what turnaround from last season? Because you finished 8 points off the last season. So how big an achievement is it? And at the same time, how important to finish the season off in the right way now as well?
So most important, it's you'll see just how it goes. So we speak today about qualifying after last season. We speak today, 3 games before the end of the season, about qualifying for the Champions League, which is an achievement. Does it feel to everybody like that? Maybe not. To me, it does. So, and that's how the perspective can change during the season, because for a while we obviously looked like we can go all the way. Or at least stay in the race for longer, which was definitely possible for different reasons that didn't work out. But it's still it's not true now. But we're probably third place in the league. It's behind 2 teams who do really well and they go all the way. So that's how it looks right now. I know. Mathematically, there's still a chance, but not even you probably are in the moment. Or if you expect me to say, "Oh, it's not over yet," it is not over yet. I know that, but it looks like so. We should just the pressure is off now. That's done. We should really. That would be really cool if we could play our absolute, really good football again. That would be absolutely nice because obviously we were very tense in the last weeks. We had a super intensive period as well. So these Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday didn't work out for us now too well after a long season. But how is that? Going back to the start of the season, nobody knew, and everybody knew how important it would be to qualify for the Champions League again. That's what we did, and that's super important for the future of the club.
Just when you talk about how there's different perspectives, what's happened over the last few weeks, is part of, or is some of that symptomatic of what happened with Mo on the touchline last week, and how is all the frustration is a spat like that some of the symptomatic of the frustration at the way things have gone over the last few weeks, and how is that situation being resolved as well?
That's completely resolved. It's no problem. So like if we wouldn't know each other for that long, I'm not sure how we would deal with it, but we know each other for that long and respect each other too much. That's really no problem. So and we can deal. I think we have the right to deal with these kind of things completely independent of any expectations from the outside. So we are absolutely fine with it. That's a non-story. But in general, so that the best situation would be everybody's in a best possible place. We win the games, we score loads of goals, and yes, then the situation would have probably not been exactly like that because Mo wouldn't have been on the bench in the first place, stuff like this. So these kind of things, yeah, of course, it all depends on each other.
Is he likely to start, or will you not tell us?
Oh, No, exactly. My only 3 games to go, and I changed my habits completely. You want the whole
Just
lineup?
thought I'd try.
Yeah.
Just on team news though, how are Conor Bradley and Diogo Jota? Are they ready?
Diogo Jota, yeah. It's not in team training yet. Conor is. Virgil wasn't. No, the whole week yet. It's probably part of parts of team training today, so we have to see what we can do there. No, that's it.
Jurgen just mentioned in the intensity that you've had in the Thursday, Saturday, to have it 8 days now at this stage. How much has that helped with this week?
Massively. It's just first of all, the boys had a couple of days off, which is super important, and yeah, we could have proper training sessions again, which we are pretty much not used to anymore. Wow, it's really, you have to plan training sessions and all these kind of things. Usually we stumble from -1 into the next, and then we play again. Yeah, so no, it is nothing so much to do with training. I think I said it from the first day. Training helps good coaches, good managers, and good footballers massively. I hope we can see that, but we will see that. In general, I think it's a really interesting subject. On the way out, I could not be less interested what to really make of it, to be honest. But seeing that Aston Villa lost last night 4-2, for example, would mean that if they'd really go out, that no English team is in any kind of European final. You all will stay here. You all will talk about it. If you don't decrease the intensity for the players, because if you make of the fact that English teams are not in a final, if you make of that we all underperformed, I'm not sure that might be in moments, definitely us against Atalanta, stuff like this. But in general, footballers in England, Premier League, I watch a lot of football all over the world. England Premier League is the best league in the world. So it's not overrated. The players are overworked. Easy as that. I mean, you can talk about that until everybody realizes it, and finally, but somebody obviously needs to help the people. So you cut off one game, you get for the top teams. I'm not sure exactly how many more Champions League games we have next year. They have next year. Three more Champions League games, and you cut off for that. What is it? League Cup semi-final. That's the second, and the discussion you all allow is like, what is it? Oh, they cut off one game, and now everybody has a reason to ask one. We cannot cut off these games. It's important for everything. Yeah, then sort that situation, but you cannot sort it all the time. I had a discussion only the other day with the colleagues from my favorite TV channel, which I definitely will never watch again, TNT, and said, it's always a conversation I have. Is always saying that, yeah, but they pay you. They pay they give money to football. It's not like that. I really don't see it like that. It's exactly the other way around. Football pays them, because if they broadcast it, they deliver it, but it's not that TNT is not doing extremely well, or Sky or whoever is doing extremely well. They can pay all of you and stuff like this, so it's all fine. You have to become a partner of football again, and not just the squeezer. So that's it. That's a little advice from an old man on the way out. And I will watch a lot of football, but not all, because people can survive without match days from time to time, definitely. And this is how that City and Arsenal, that they're out in the quarterfinals, it's just not a reflection. That we are out in the quarterfinals is just not a real reflection of quality. It's just a reflection of we couldn't deliver on the day we had to. Yes, in other countries have really good teams, no doubt about that. But it's a sign. And years ago, I think we had 4 English teams in quarterfinals and stuff like that. And then we take that and say, it's the quality of the Premier League, and let's make more of it. But you have to change that approach. That's how it is. And you cannot only look. You always think when I speak about it, it's because our last situation, and we didn't lose against West Ham, but because of the last game. No, it's a general problem. Nothing to do with our schedule now. Our schedule is right. It's good. Can we use that? I don't know. We will see. But that they dare to give Thursday, Sunday, which not to change because we are still in Europe. Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, 12:30 is a crime. I was actually waiting for Amnesty International to go to them, and I saw somebody sits there. You love this press conference. So just somebody sits there and decides that I would like to be once part of that meeting when somebody says Liverpool 12:30 and the whole room is bursting into laugh. Again, I would like to be there. This morning again, I got sent the stats for the quickest turnaround in the whole world. Liverpool FC. And we sit there, and I'm the same, and I tell you, you have to do more, and you have to fight more, and you have to go for it. In the whole world, we have the quickest turnaround between games. That's absolutely insane. So, but they are still happy and collect subscribers. You can take me off that list. If you ever go looking for a pundit, I speak English. I could do it, but.
Pleasure, you done? I was going to say, yeah. The other thing was, I'm sure, just looking at Spurs.
What was the question, by the way?
Sorry?
Looking at Spurs, yeah, I watched them.
We still got some pretty unpleasant memories of the first meeting between the two earlier on in the season, but given the way they've gone the last few games, 3 straight defeats, is it difficult to know what to expect?
No, you expect a good footballing side. I understand. When I was in the red, I watched the game last night and saw what Ante said after the game. Well, good enough. I thought they've put Chelsea under pressure. Chelsea defended them well, pretty deep, blah, 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 scored the goals in the right moment, stuff like this. Chelsea did not bad, definitely not for the situation they're in, especially. But if you don't defend Tottenham properly, then they will still play through it. Had not made a few changes. Obviously, Madison didn't start. Betancourt didn't start, so Højbjerg, not sure if they come back. I think that they have options to change. Do they start with Son up front or on the wing? So it's always you can. I understand it, and that doesn't think it's a great moment because of their own expectations. But you can always see a clear footballing idea, and that's what they still kept, and that's So we will have to be prepared for that. We have to defend really compact. If you don't do that, then they play through because the idea is really obvious and they work now together nearly a year. Is it exactly the season now? What they similar to ours maybe they didn't think about becoming champion, but they for sure thought about qualifying for Champions League, which is now not that easy anymore. But that's it. Yeah. So it's always a challenge in Leipzig to. I don't want to make it the biggest subject, but I can't forget the Tottenham game as well. It's just so strange. And only the other night, the first time since Tottenham, Simon Hooper was standing next to me for 90 minutes in a game I didn't enjoy in the first place against Everton, and he was there, and it was the ref that night. And I tried to get it out of my head, but I couldn't. So now we play Tottenham. And that was obviously not their fault that night. They just played the game. But I would like to win that game for 500 reasons. That we lost there and the way we lost is one of them.
Mike?
Hi again. When you're working out on the training field with the players to improve things that have happened from the week before that didn't work out, that's one thing. How much more of a challenge is it when you're trying to improve the confidence of players that have been lacking recently, and maybe the composure in the final third?
Yeah, that's a challenge. It's one thing. It's always after the game immediately. Then the emotions settle step by step. Either the good ones, you are not on flying anymore. If you won a game 4-0, like a few days later, and the other way around, you should not be down as well anymore if you lost the game or missed the target. But then the reality check is always the next situation. So in training, getting confidence back, getting the flow back is for all human beings the biggest challenge in our life. So on the good days, we are all great. And we have lots of good days, and we are not that great. So the only difference here with footballers is that they are constantly have a camera in their face, and while they're going through difficult spells. So we will give it a try. try again. But it's tricky. But you don't do it by putting the finger into it all the time and saying, yeah, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. You just try to offer things where things can develop naturally again. And that's what we tried this week so far, and we'll do until the end, giving the boys the necessary information as well. In the end, you only can enjoy football when you win. That means you have to make sure that we defend them properly, and then the rest we have to build on that. That's it.
Penultimate game for you at Anfield.
What's the word?
Penultimate, last but one.
Oh, thank you very much. I cannot remember that word anyway now already. So, will I need that again? Is that in others? Do you use it in other circumstances? When?
When you're a pundit on TV in the future.
Sorry.
So what's it like when you drive?
What do we expect? Will it be a lawsuit? Do you think they will do that because I mentioned them in a negative way?
My question will.
There we go again. Take 3. Penultimate game for you at Anfield. And what's it like now when you're driving in and
How
going
can I
to the
know?
dressing rooms and before the match and after them, knowing that that's beginning to run out for you? This place where you've built dreams for the fans, for yourself, for the players, for everybody. So what's that like for you as those times are beginning to run away?
I don't know. I don't know. So far, I didn't think about it. It's so in between. So there are obviously some things going around, happening around us in a moment. So I have to sign a lot of things. Everyone at 9 years time, and everybody wants another shirt. So that's a really cool idea. But it's fine as well. So that's the work part of the farewell. Then being around the team, doing what you do, dealing with the things, and all this kind of that's the main part, obviously. And now from time to time, I have these little goodbyes where people say, then yesterday it was with the foundation people like that, and then I realize, yeah, okay, it's different and emotional in these moments, definitely. So and I know it will be emotional last match day. I don't think it will be emotional on the. Wow, can you write that down? Yeah, but I don't know. I will see that. I will sit in a bus on Sunday going to the game, and I know I will be 100% focused on the game and not on my situation. I think that might be difficult for the last match, but not for that. I will not go to Aston Villa, Birmingham the week later and think, oh, the last time here. I'm not like that. If I wanted it longer, I could have had it longer. So it's a decision out of necessity and because I think it's right, and that's it. So yeah, different, but not that different yet.
Last couple you got through a lot, Carl.
Because of my long answers. We have training as well today. Hi.
After your very detailed answer earlier, I'm just wondering, have you ever considered a job in football administration?
Oh, I got yesterday an award from the PFA. I don't actually know exactly for what, but I think for is that speaking up for players? Probably was for that. Yeah? I have to ask him again because there were so many things that were going around, and but I have to see it exactly. But no, I never thought about it. But they will need people in a normal age, knowing the business, knowing about. But imagine me becoming FIFA president. It's obviously a well-paid job. That's why they all want to do it. Not the official part of it, obviously. But you can make a living of it, looks like. Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't think I will spend my lifetime on these kind of things because anyway, in the end, you one person cannot put it right as long as all the rest just watch it and think, well, they will be fine. They earn millions. Let them do that. Let them play there. All these kind of things. Let's do the first 3 match days in America, stuff like that. All really good ideas. Yeah, I think you can't change nothing. Probably wouldn't survive in that shark. What is that? The shark swimming, sea of sharks. So, yeah. No, and that's not the plan. I don't think I will do that.
Mandy, +1 for the breakout, and I apologise for not.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
Just on Mo, how important is it that the club keeping and he's available for the new manager?
Look, you all have to get used to that. It's not my subject anymore, these kind of things. So, Mo, how I said it before, is what a player is incredible. But I don't think I should speak about that, to be honest. So other people will decide that, and especially Mo. So, all fine. I don't have any signs that it will not be like that, but I'm the really wrong person already for a few weeks to talk about these kind of things. Future of the club. I just tried to help to prepare the basis for that, and I think that's what we did. But then these decisions, they will be done by other people, not by me.
Whew. That was a very long-winded press conference. Big up Jerry in the building, man. Hope you're doing well this morning, my bro.
Who's that? Yeah, big up Jerry, man.
Sorry, big up Thiago as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, big
Jerry's
up
the other
Jerry.
guy. The other
Yeah.
guy stuff. We saying that, man. You good?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Just bored of this guy, man. That just put me in such a boring mood. Like,
he was going off on a tangent, don't you think? After a while, like he was just going off on some next tangent.
Because he just checked out, innit? You know, like when this is my point. He's not focused. He's like, yeah, this person. Anyway, yeah. Starts talking about TNT. Then he's talking about him.
Yeah, I
He's
was like,
a pundit. They talk about 12:30 kickoffs. Like, brother, this isn't even a 12:30 kickoff. Why are we even talking about this?
Yeah, bro.
Why are we talking about this? Like, yeah, he's just like I said, man. It's like in training, isn't it? Like we're doing possession, and he's telling us to press. Just going up on a tangent.
Listen, man. He just seemed like, yeah, man. Yeah, he was just going off. Like the first bit was calm. If I'd have known that it was going to be kind of that boring, then I would have turned off. I thought he was going to give us a bit more information to the game. We barely even
everyone
spoke.
blamed G. Everyone blamed G for wasting 20 minutes of our life.
Sorry, guys. I needed to make the stream a bit longer, so I thought let me play a full 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, but big up everybody in the chat. Big up JJ, of course. Steve saying, man like Simon Hooper got Jurgen Klopp rattled. So we're just going to act like they didn't give Luis Diaz the goal in order to generate controversy, storylines, and a narrative for this game. It's not a coincidence. I don't know. I don't really believe in all this like conspiracy stuff with the referees, and that I think that's just more being a bit salty. Angel, yes, we had a hard schedule, but we also had the most rotated squad in the Premier League with 5 subs every game. There is simply no excuse for the collapse at the end of this season. Sadiq, big up yourself, man. Good morning, my bro. After what's been happening to Spurs, we best not lose. Boy, Spurs lost yesterday. If it was that he said, what, 3-4 games now they've lost? It's a bit peak for them. Storm in the teacup. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to yourself. Hollywood Rock. Klopp sounds like a I need to read these before I put them up. Klopp sounds like a woman when she's not interested in the date anymore, bare rambling until it's time to go. Yeah, bro, honestly, big up Pops in the building. Hope you're blessed. Hope you are blessed. And yeah, as Jerry said, he's just really here for the vibes. He's literally here for the vibes. But we'll talk about the serious stuff. As I said before, and I think I put it up earlier on, there was only 3 things in there that actually made any real sense, any note for the game itself, and that was obviously Diogo Jota. He's not in team training at this current moment in time, so obviously you kind of know who must or who's going to start up top. Then you've got Bradley. He's back in team training. I don't see him being available for the game, maybe on the bench or something, but I don't see him obviously starting the game if he's only just come back. And the big one, Van Dijk. Van Dijk is sounding like he is a doubt. Hasn't trained apparently all week. So, yeah, get ready, guys. Kanate and Kwanzaa at the back. That sounds like it is going to be a fantastic partnership for this weekend.
Who's the leader?
Huh? Bro,
who's your leader? Who's your skip?
We're going to get into it when we do our lineup. This lineup is going to look amazing. Chat to me about the game anyway, man. Obviously, excuse me, Spurs obviously coming into this game not in the greatest of form. You can see they are missing a few players. Obviously, Werner looks like he's out. Solomon, Skip, Idogi as well, who I like. I think he's a good left back. He's out. Obviously, we get the usual kind of guys who are going to be unavailable for this game. But looking towards the game, man, how are we feeling? What do you think it's kind of looking like?
For me, it's looking like.
Oh, look at the form. Jesus Christ.
It's looking like a battle of the bums, isn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Like in terms of form, yeah, we've lost one less game than them, innit?
Literally.
Right, in this last 5 games, like it's not that big of a like difference in terms of like performance level where we are as a team. They probably play a bit better football, but they'll obviously, I think Spurs are just reverting back to type. I think Spurs are a team that, you know, losing Harry Kane, like, and the players that they signed to replace Harry Kane, like, Madison's been out.
You're kind of cutting in and out, my bro.
You know, and they you know, to be.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is moving a bit mad. I can't lie. You might need to come out and come back in or something. But yeah, just to really. Yo.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah, now you can't.
Might cut out, but literally I'm just need to just step out quickly. But basically, with me, the way I'm looking at it, again, difficult. It will be a difficult game, I think, like irrespective of that result with the Chelsea game, with 2 teams in poor form, innit? 2 teams on the back of like poor results. Do you know what I mean, for our targets? So the way it's gonna be a tricky game, man. It's gonna be a tricky game.
No. Thiago's right there. Sorry. Thiago is right there. Big up Hollywood Rock. Yes, his Wi-Fi is breaking up like his legs, I tell you. But no, it's true, man. And you can see there, we've lost, one less game than them. None of us are in good form. Obviously, Tottenham had aspirations for this top 4. I know they did. I don't want to let any Tottenham fan off the hook and act like they weren't trying to get that top 4. They were trying. Trust me, they were trying. Whether they believed they could get it, I don't really know. Whether we believed we could get the title, I don't even know. I know some people did. But obviously, we're both kind of, I wouldn't say failed at objectives, really and truly, because I don't know what those objectives would have been. But it is what it is. And it's, as Jerry said, I don't want to say it's battle of the bums, but it's definitely battle of the mid. If I'm being 100%, it reminds me almost, and not exactly the same because we're not in the same position as last season, but it reminds me of when we played against Chelsea last season at Anfield, and I think we drew 0-0. I believe that's when Mudryk made his debut. I believe he came on. I remember him skinning Milner on that side when he come off the bench, and that was like the battle of the mid. Like it was just 2 dead teams.
I think that's the way to say it. It's more like battle of the mid. What I mean by bums is in terms of form.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like if you had this form, if you expedited this form across the season, you're looking at relegation form, innit?
Yeah.
So we're not playing well at the moment, and again, it's an opportunity for 2 teams to really try. Do you know what I mean? Really kind of like set pace and show where their levels are at. And you know what? Both teams are just going to be looking towards next season, innit? So maybe trying things out. Obviously, Klopp's not going to be there, so it's a bit different. But Ange Postecoglou, you might see some players playing different positions. Maybe it might be a tweak in the system because they're really looking towards next season because there's nothing really to play for anymore.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's true. I think they can only really get 5th, which is calm still. And obviously, I know with the whole coefficient thing, with how it's looking basically now, we're not getting that extra. Well, I don't think we can get that extra spot for next season. So it is just going to be a top 4. If you finish there, then obviously you'll make Champions League. So Europa League for them or whatever. I think that's calm. But like, to be honest, Tottenham fans should be extremely ecstatic with that, to be honest with you, especially given the fact of how the summer kind of went, losing the Harry Kanes, trying to bed in a new system and all of this kind of stuff, couple of new players here and there. Like, for me, I feel like Tottenham, it's mad because obviously we won a trophy, but if you looked at on the face of it, they've had a good season, like a very good season by their standards. Do you get what I'm trying? Obviously, we won a trophy with the Carabao Cup, albeit that, but ultimately, they will be happy, in my opinion. I think they should be very happy, finish 5th in the league. Don't think they're going to be like miles off of whoever's going to finish 4th. Angel saying it here, and just done well. Of course, 100%. You lose your best player, it's always going to be difficult. It's always going to be difficult. I don't care what anyone says. If we lost our best player, and we've done it over the years, when we've lost our best players, you realize, you notice the season afterwards is always dead. Lose Torres, season afterwards, dead. Lose Suarez, season afterwards, dead. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It always seems to happen that way, like just in a general sense. So yeah, man, I have to big them up regardless. Big up Steve for the super chat, my bro. Much love and appreciation. Now, if you deep it, us Germans love to talk for the sake of it. Cruz, Klopp, Muller, Boateng, Gundogan, Tuchel, etc. All of them have hella sound bites. Yeah, bro. It's just, at times I'm just like, bro, like, what are you on about? I don't mind some of them, and I don't mind some of the times when Klopp's obviously rambling on about certain things. But yeah, this one was just a little bit weird. I was just going in on TNT for I don't know what reason, kind of thing. Some of the stuff, yes, again, maybe they might be true, but I just feel like at times, maybe just trying to get things off his chest. Maybe it's just one of them ones. As I said, he's leaving. He don't care. Yeah, I mean, he ain't going to be employed by these guys anymore. He's going to take his money and keep it stepping. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, he can sit back.
Why did he talk about this, though? Why did he have to get this off his chest? What is it?
Bro, you're asking the wrong person, bro. You're asking the wrong person. You're gonna have to chat to Klopp. Like I said, I didn't care about it in that kind of sense, but it is what it is, isn't it? Like, let him do what he wants to do. But big up Steve again. Much love, my brother, for the super chat. Hollywood Rock, Ange hasn't done well. His tactics suck. He's benefited from Chelsea and United being shite. I could say that about Liverpool. I could say the same thing. We've benefited from Chelsea and Manchester United being shit too. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They'd be up there as well if they were better teams. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I can't just lay it on just one team. Everyone would be, you know what I mean? We'd all be a little bit better. We'd all be maybe potentially a little bit worse off if, do you get what I mean? Like, those two teams were a bit better this season. I predicted that Manchester United would be a bit better this season, but obviously that's just not come to fruition. So I don't want to take anything away from Spurs, man. Like I said, I think they've had a very, very, very good season by their standards. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But, you know, it is what it is. This Australian Barry from EastEnders was linked to us. Hey, big up Barry from EastEnders, my brother. Like, I mean, that's heritage right there, like Mourinho would say. Steve, I will say two things about Spurs. Set piece defending is worse than the league. Even Sheffield United have conceded less set piece goals. Their performance has been really poor since 2024 calendar year as well. I believe I saw something. They've only kept one clean sheet this whole year. We're in 5 months into the year. I'm sure it might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the Arsenal game they brought up that stat. I'm pretty sure I saw that, and I remember looking, thinking, wow, one clean sheet in the whole year. Like, don't get twisted. I don't think Liverpool's is probably that much far off, because I don't remember too many clean sheets that we've had, but I'm sure we've had more than one, you know, in that time. So again, I'm predicting a game. I'm predicting a game full of goals, but obviously we'll get into
We have that. 7 clean sheets, by the way. 7 clean sheets.
Okay, cool. So we have 7 clean. What, in 2024 or in the whole of
in general, in the whole season? Because Alisson's got 7 clean sheets to his name.
Oh, so
and Raya's got 14, and Alisson got 12. I think Pickford's got 12. Second.
Okay, cool. But so in 2024 though, Alisson's missed how many games? So I'm pretty sure
probably zero probably.
Yeah,
zero
that's what I'm sure. No, we got the one against Atalanta. We beat them 1-0. I remember that.
Well, I thought you meant in the league. That's why.
Oh no. Just in general. Obviously Tottenham ain't in Europe, innit? So theirs will just be in whatever competitions they've been in the 2024. But in the league anyway, they still don't even have more than one. So it's still embarrassing, regardless, kind of thing. I want to say it's 2 clean sheets in 27. Yeah, listen, man, Liverpool have sucked this season when it comes to defending. We'll take a look. Obviously, there's 3 players I wanted to take a look at for Spurs. Whether they start, I know one of them is the one on the screen. I think he's definitely obviously going to start. He's the captain of the team. Big up ends in the building. Oh, yeah. The Forest game. Son. I don't know if Jerry's there. Sorry, I don't know if Thiago is there. But Son's obviously a player that we always like. The general consensus is that everybody kind of likes Son. Everybody's always wanted a Son, you know, in his prime, especially with Harry Kane. You know, he was definitely a baller. I always wanted him anyway. I don't know about yourself, but when we're looking towards a game like this, whether he plays, and I think Klopp mentioned it in the presser there, whether he plays off the left or up front, obviously I'm guessing they'll try and change it around with Richarlison and see how that kind of goes throughout the game. what kind of a threat do you think he's going to bring to us, man?
He's a threat, man. Like, our weakness is obviously in those wide areas, like in between fullback, centre back, and that's what he operates in it. And he's a clinical operator. Like, he did have a dip maybe about 18 months ago, maybe last season, where we were thinking, oh, is he on the way out? He was 30, you know what I mean? And you start calling him a purple patch player. But this guy is top. And look, for me, if he weren't Asian, if he was Brazilian, if he was someone else, people would be talking about him being a top player in it. But of course, being at Spurs, being Asian, not really being like this marketable individual, he's not looked at in the same breadth of like as your man, as your Salahs and stuff, and he is on that level, isn't it? And he should be, and he should be
Asian. Like, I thought that would make full perfect sense, bro.
Yeah, and he should be on that level, but he's a top player. Yeah, one of my favorite players to watch as well. Like, both footed, can go left, can go right, finisher, tenacious, got pace, great, just technical, very technical. Like, I like him. I like him a lot.
No, man, I have to echo that, man. Like I said, he's always been a player like that, and I think he's just one of those kind of guys. I've always wanted him to. It's a bit like the Harry Kane thing. Like, I've always said, I think you move. Like, I think you move to a better team because, like, I want you to do well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not one of those haters. Like, I want you to do well for someone else. Like, I want you to win trophies because you're that type of player. Like, you deserve to be spoken about, like Jerry said, in the breadth of these other guys. You should be on, at least sitting on their table. You might not be at the higher end of the table, but you'll be definitely sitting on that table in itself. And I definitely believe if you had moved clubs to a better club, a club that's actually challenging for honors, bro, I think you'd be talking about Son in a completely different light. But
like, imagine a Son at City. Like, ooh, like, imagine him doing what Sterling was doing. Imagine him doing what Sterling was doing in those seasons. Oh my God. Like, it would have been unfair.
Bro, it would have been long. It would have been long because he's a way better finisher than Sterling. Angel Son will have a one-on-one with Alisson on Sunday. He always punishes us and runs in behind. Bro, 100%. Pops is saying, not marketable. He is Asia's biggest star in football, and that market is massive. I think he's more talking about, obviously, in Asia, of course, and obviously Asia, that's a massive market. But we're just talking like, when you think of the Premier League, I don't think he's one of the players that you would put as like a face of the Premier League. You'd put it, obviously, if you're trying to market it in Asia, but you know, there's players that you market everywhere. Like Kevin De Bruyne, it's not just Belgium, it's not going to be just France, it's going to be, you market Kevin De Bruyne everywhere, you market Haaland everywhere, you market like the Salahs, like these people are marketed everywhere. I don't feel like he gets that same kind of credit. Again, I might be wrong.
Spurs, Harry Kane. No, but let's be honest. Like, at Spurs, it was Harry Kane that was marketed over Son, innit? Son was the face of Spurs. It was Harry Kane. Even now, when you're looking at Spurs, Maddison looks to be like this face of Spurs now. Son's still the guy. Of course, he's their best player, but he's not marketable in the same way. Like, it's seen Son on like the Nike adverts, or face of Nike, or face of this brand. He's just a good player, innit? Marketable in Asia, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, it's true. Steve said, nah, he's hella marketable. Levy makes hella money off of Son. Thousands of South Koreans go to Spurs games and buy everything. No. Again, look, I'm not we're talking about one market. That's the point I think Jerry's trying to make, is you're talking about one market. As big as that market is, as massive as that market is, KDB will make more money because you can market KDB everywhere. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, that is, and he will end up being the face of the entire Premier League. You know, when they do like, you might see like a picture, a thumbnail, or a show on Sky, or any picture that you see of the Premier League, you won't see Son on there. You'll see Kevin De Bruyne. You may see Salah, and there's usually one other player, whoever, Haaland maybe, or someone of that kind of ilk. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Not to say Son is obvious, bro. In Asia, of course, he's got that market locked down. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no one that can touch him in that market, especially when I've seen with Spurs, anytime I've watched any of their games with the fans, you see a lot of Asians obviously coming into play. But again, I don't want to diminish that market, but I feel like that's for one area, that's for one market. Around Europe, you ain't marketing Son. I can tell you that for free. Around Europe, he ain't going to be looked at like that. KDB, though, man, know about KDB everywhere. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's what, you know, that's the kind of That's the kind of thing. But again, not to diminish the Asian market at all, because I know it is massive. I fully know that it's massive. You can tell anyway when we go to some of these countries to play like the preseason tournaments and stuff like that. Bro, come on, man. You think man are going to watch Spurs? But man's coming to see Son and Son only. Like, they don't care about anybody else. They're coming to see Son. And that makes sense from that. Like, if Minamino was a better player, bro, that's what we were trying to tap into that market as well. We were fully trying to tap into that market. But obviously, he just didn't turn out to be that good of a player.
Why do you think we signed Endo, bro?
Bro, Endo's another one. As in, if Liverpool was smart, they wouldn't even sell Endo. They wouldn't even sell Endo, bro. You just keep them kind of donnies there and just, I mean, again, it's all
in and around the place. In and around the place.
Yeah.
Just in and around.
Facts. We're in the Champions League next season as well. Hey, listen, they're going to start using that market crazy. And again, not to be disrespectful, it's just a business at the end of the day. They know what they're doing with certain players, man. They know how to market it. So it is what it is. Another player who I do like as well. I'd never always rated him, obviously James Maddison. I didn't always rate him like that. And I did need to see him go to this level of Tottenham, obviously moving from Leicester City, and see if he can kind of maintain that level of consistency. I don't know if you've always liked him. I feel like you have, but I can't fully remember, and I don't want to speak for you. But when we're looking at someone like
Maddison is my type of baller. Madison's the guy. Like, if I'm watching on a Sunday league and I'm watching him, I'm like, this guy's a baller. Like, this is what I want to watch. I've always knew he had this ability. I've always known he's had this ability. Injuries are the thing that's an issue with him. Like, if we're being honest, it's the injuries. At Norwich, at Leicester, baller. This is the bread that I rated. Like, when you have like archetype ballers, that's the type of baller. That's what I like. Creative, picks up pockets, picks up different positions, can lick it. Like, top player. And you can see, man, like, he started off like a house on fire. It's just the injuries, bro. Because when he started, like, it was signing of the season. You know, people calling Soboslai Gerrard. Maddison was a level above that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, at that time, Maddison was a level above that. So I'm looking at Maddison, massive threat. Obviously coming back from injury and stuff, but you can just see how, you know, especially earlier on for Spurs when they were obviously riding high in the league. No Kane, no problem. You got yourself a number 10, and he's equally as creative. Picking up, like, he's just a good player, man. I just rate him a lot, man. I rate him highly.
No, 100%. And I think even if, I don't know, because I don't think he came off the bench against Chelsea yesterday. So I don't know what his fitness is like, but I'm going to assume that he's going to play some part in the game against us. And just like Son, these kind of players, they pick up crazy positions, bro. And he seems to be someone. I was watching a video on Postecoglou, like his tactics and stuff this season. I was watching it earlier on, and you can see with someone like a Maddison, bro, he would like, he's literally got a free roam. Like, bro, look at his heat map. His heat map tells you, if I asked you really and truly, like, right, what's his best position or whatever, you wouldn't really know in terms of where do you think he realistically plays. But he's off the left, he's in the middle, he drops deep, and even in those deep areas, you can see those areas are quite red hot, because those are areas that he's always picking up the ball. 67 touches per game that this guy is having, well, per 90 minutes, should I say, that he's having. Bro, I'm telling you, drops deep, picks up the ball, pops it off, moves into space. Once he moves into that space, because he's just like a free roam kind of guy, those kind of players are difficult to pick up, man. Because as soon as they find that pocket of space, they just become a spare man all the time. And he always seems to be the one that they've maybe, I might be wrong, but it seems like he's the one that they've given the license to say, you're always going to be the spare man. In every kind of triangle or box that we make on the pitch, you are the spare man. So you should be the guy that we should be able to pop the ball off to. Hence why he's obviously having that many touches, you know, in game. So yeah, listen, man, I can't lie. I know Jerry talks about him, and he's saying that I never rated him like that. Like I thought he was good.
Why not? What did you not rate about him? Like, he was scoring free kicks, goals, assisting.
No. Again, like, when I say I don't rate someone, by the way, I'm not saying, obviously, I'll say if they're shit, if I think they're generally shit, like a Nunes, for example. But when I'm saying I don't rate, I don't feel like he was a top level player until I've seen that. Now, obviously, some players you can just tell from the minute that you've seen him play, you're like, yeah, this is a top level player. You just need to see it now to just more confirm it. He was one I couldn't really confirm it until I had seen it. Like, I was just thinking to myself, when you're in a team like Leicester City, where you are the main man, you are the hub of the team, everything goes through you. Obviously, like a Grealish at Aston Villa, I always feel like those type of players, I'm like, yeah, of course, you're going to look sick because you are actually a good player in that kind of team. So when things are going through you, giving you the ball, taking penalties, taking free kicks, everything, of course you're going to look good. I need to see if you can move, obviously, because Leicester are not the biggest team. When you move to a bigger club with different ambitions and a different level of football, how influential, how good are you in those kind of teams? Are you going to hide? Are you going to be like a Szoboszlai almost this season, where obviously we can say context of the role or whatever, but we've seen Szoboszlai this season where you're like, bro, you're not even, you know what I mean? Like, you look like you're hiding. Like, you look like you don't even really do, but maybe that's just because of the tactics, whatever. But that was what I needed to see from Maddison. Hence why I was like, I don't even mind being proven wrong about someone like Maddison, because I knew he had quality. I just needed to see it at a higher level. Can he do it at that level? Perfect. Now I've seen him do it. He's gone to a better club. He's gone to a bigger club, and he's doing his thing. So yeah, man, like now I'm looking at him thinking, okay, say no more. I've seen him in the England setup as well. Looks comfortable whenever he does get any opportunity. Yeah, man, like I feel like now I can really say, yeah, now we're looking at a top level player. Now we're looking at someone who I think would just now be comfortable in any real top level team. If he was even to go to like a Man City, I think you'd still get the same kind of level, if not more, obviously because they're a way better team. But yeah, man, I think that's just how it is when I look at some of these players, not all of them. Some of them you can just tell from the moment you see them play, but he had to go through the levels. You just said there, Norwich, Leicester City, Tottenham. Yeah, I mean, it's all great doing it at Norwich. It's all great doing it at Leicester. Now can we get to the Spurs and whoever else after that potentially? Okay, we can see, you know what I mean? You're about that life kind of thing. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me get through. You know me, I'm a hard, I mean, like, it's hard to please, like, pause. Like, I can't just be out here.
No, for me, the way I look at football, like, for me, it's mad. Like, I look at football mad simplistically, innit? Like, simplistically, like, if you're balling like a Maddison or like a Grealish, even if you're a big fish in a small pond, if you go to a team where they're building the team around you, you're still gonna ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you get it? So you're still gonna ball. So when he's going to Spurs, they're building that creative. The whole creative hub is based around him. So he was always gonna go and thrive. The question you've got is, you know, when you're coming like a Szoboszlai and the team's not built around you, but you're supplementing something else, then you're gonna go and take away from someone's game. It's like with Gundogan. When Gundogan first came to City, the team weren't really built around him like that. He was just some part in it. He was just a team. But as time went on and players started leaving, your David Silva leaves and all these things, then it starts, and obviously then Kevin De Bruyne is injured. The team starts to build their creative aspect around you, and that's when you're able to go and thrive. Do you get it? So for me, I always saw, when I see players, it's very simple. It's like, even with a striker, if a striker's getting 20 goals at like 20 goals, any level, like even like a Watkins, right? He was getting goals at Brentford. If he goes to Aston Villa and becomes the main striker where they just feed him all the time, he's going to go and get goals. Now, if you're asking him to do other stuff, that's when it looks a bit tricky. Like, can you adapt? Can you do this? But with me, with Maddison, I always just looked at him like, brother, like if he comes in and he's like, yeah, you're gonna be my number 10, you're gonna just perform to the same level, if not better, because of better players around you. If you're asked to now go and play on the wing or play as a DM and do all this other stuff, you're just gonna look dead, innit? Like, if you can't adapt, you're gonna look dead. You're gonna like Grealish now. We're looking at him saying, because he's not the centre of attention at Man City. People look at me and be like, yeah, he's not the same as he was at Villa. Yeah, that's how I look at it. But yeah, top players, man, top.
Yeah, no. Again, echo what Jerry said. That is, to be fair, that is kind of how I look at it, because, you know, like when they do, like Grealish, for example, he's the best example. He moved to a team like Manchester City. They're not like the things that they're asking him to do. They weren't asking him to do that at Villa. So straight away now you're like, oh, okay, you're still good. Like, we know you got the quality, that you still have the same quality. You haven't like gone down. It's just whatever that quality was, you're not really utilizing it here. So now it's like, yeah, he's good. You know what I mean? But Grealish has been able to adapt, in my opinion, anyway, at Manchester City to what they need him to do. So now I'm like, yeah, Grealish is a top level player, kind of thing. Steve, for me, Maddison this year for Spurs was sick first quarter of the season, injured the second and part of the third. He'd been poor since he came back from injury. Yeah, he hasn't really been as good as the first half of the season. Now, obviously, injury obviously plays a factor into that. But at the same time, don't want to give excuses. He hasn't been that good as he was, of course, at the first part of the season. Then again, neither have Spurs, if I'm being totally honest with you. His midfield partner's been poor too since Maddison come back, so I'll give him some grace. Man is also passing to an out-of-form Son, Brennan Johnson, mediocre player at best, and Timo Werner. Yeah, I know. These are... Yeah, it's funny with those guys. Big up Christian. I can't lie, Konate been moving like Sacco recently. Yikes, 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 yikes.
Bro, the turn on Saka, you know. This is when the mumbling starts to happen. You know, under Arnie Slot, the ball goes on the corner. Why can we get a more refined player? Like, do you know what I mean?
Bro, I promise you, it's gonna look peak next
Someone
season.
is barbaric.
We saw the video yesterday, bro, where man said he's gonna need to get a centre back who can play out from the back. So that's not gonna look good for one player. But anyways, Grealish is too concerned with his headband to be a serious footballer. Grealish is a funny guy, man. He seems like a player who Sunday League, like I've met many of them kind of brothers. Like but he's good though. That's the maddest thing. He's actually good. Last player I wanted to look at before we get into predicted lineups and then score predictions and whatever. Pedro Porro. I think he's been good this season, man. I think he really, really has been good down that right-hand side. I think he's a mad threat. He plays high and wide, and he is someone 7 assists this season. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so clearly he's someone who can put the ball in the box, get the ball into those areas for the attackers and whatnot. He's created 12 big chances this season, 1.5 key passes per game per 90 minutes this season. Like, this is a very, very good player, and I think he's come on leaps and bounds since he joined Spurs. And obviously in the system that these guys play, where it's very high, they try to press like aggressively as well, try to win that ball back as quickly as possible, and where they kind of leave the two fullbacks kind of in those high and wide positions. I feel like he's thriving. Him and Doggy, by the way, they're both thriving in those positions, man. What are you telling me about Pedro?
Baller, man. Baller. You see, when we were talking about right backs yesterday, we're having obviously our debate. That's the type of right back. That's the type of right back that Liverpool require, innit? Energy up and down. Yeah. I know defensively, people say he's not that great, but it's because he's doing so much attacking, innit? It's not like
okay. I feel like he's okay.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, but some people, they just get onto it. They're like, he's not like Gary Neville. He doesn't lock up his. I mean, like, cool. Like, he's not that. But going forward, he's a top operator. Gets goals, gets assists. Mad pacey, technical as well. Just a good fullback, innit? Good fullback. Understands different roles. Played obviously under Sporting at 3 at the back. Now plays at 4, so has to understand that role a bit better. Really, really good player, man. Good signing for Spurs. He's going to be a problem for us, man.
100%. I mean, what's that? He plays right, so that's our left-hand side. So that's what? Robbo, yeah?
Yeah, so Robbo, what I mean is that Robbo might have to, in order to get the best out of the team, Robbo might have like a nullified game where he's being pushed back by Robbo's overlapping runs, because Diaz is going to have to, cheat, innit? That Porro's going to get forward, and it's either Diaz is going to have to drop back, which means that we're now too deep, or Diaz is going to have to cheat and be like, cool, Robbo, you're going to have to deal with that by yourself. I'm going to be here to run into that space that you vacated. Because that's where, ironically, they're like, Spurs are weak as well, in between Romero and Van de Ven either side of them. Like, when they've got to do that running thing, that's where it gets peak.
No, I totally agree, bro. It's going to be interesting. I think we'll do our predicted kind of lineup, or, kind of slash lineup we kind of want to see as well. And then we'll take a look at a bit of the tactics of the game, where we think it could be won and lost in this game. We'll start off goalkeeper, usual. I'm going to just say Ali, just for the sake of it, unless you oppose that, but I'm going to go.
I'd want to see Kelleher, man. I've had enough of this Brazilian, bro.
The thing is, it's so mad. Now I just want to see Kelleher, because I am a bit bored now. Not bored. That's a stupid thing to say. I just think at times, depending on the type of football you're trying to play, I do think at times maybe Kelleher might be a better option, but he'll go with Alisson regardless.
Yeah, I'm joking, by the way. Alisson's obviously a top shot stopper in it, so you got to have him.
No, of course he is.
Kelleher with his feet is a top operator, man. He's one of the best, man, with world football.
No, he's definitely good, man. Robbo, I'm gonna go with Robbo at the left back. We'll go right back first, and then we'll go to the centre backs because that's the funny one. Right back, I say
Trent. It'll be Trent.
Bradley. Yeah.
It'll be Trent.
All right. What we doing at centre back? Because if Van Dijk is a doubt for the game, okay, let's do it. Van Dijk's not playing for the game.
Kwanzaa and Konate, man. Man, like
So no
Keenan
go
and
then.
Kel. No, Keenan and Kel at the back.
Who goes let Kwanzaa? You don't think Gomez might get a chance in that back line?
I don't think Klopp trust him as a centre back anymore.
You think so? Well, you think now he just thinks he's more of a fullback?
Yeah, more of a fullback. I think he looks at Joe Gomez and it's like, this just isn't working as a centre back. Like it just doesn't work, especially the more Liverpool get on the ball and stuff.
Yeah,
you want his athleticism in the team, but you can't have a Konate Gomez partnership. That's crazy. You have no composure in there.
That's actually funny. Should Pedro Porro start over Danny Carvajal for Spain?
Isn't Pedro Porro? Is he Spanish or Portuguese?
Bro, you know that's the same thing I was thinking. I was like, Pedro Porro, let me double check. You know what? He's probably Spanish if he's saying it. Yeah, he's Spanish. Yeah, he's Spanish.
Does he not start over him? I thought he did in the last couple of games.
I don't know. I mean, depends on how Spain want to really play. I don't really know too much about how Spain play these days. Ever since Enrique left, I've not really been following Spain as much as I used to. Maybe, but again, it's Carvajal. Like, if Carvajal is still doing what he's doing now, I can't see that really changing too tough. But in some other games, I can imagine maybe a Pedro Porro might be a better option just to provide that width down that right-hand side. And he's a better crosser of the ball, better on the ball than a Carvajal, 100%. But Carvajal's smart, though. That's why he would work in, like, a semi-final. I wouldn't play Pedro Porro. I'd probably choose Carvajal because Carvajal is a lot smarter in those type of moments, in those type of games. So
I hear you.
But yeah, again, like Spain are Spain at the end of the day, man. We'll see how that works out. DM, boom, boom, do. I was actually trying to think out because he never
It'll
mentioned
probably be Endo. It'll probably be Endo, you know. With Konate and Kwanzaa at the back, you need some defensive reinforcement.
Bro, you might have to drop into a 3 just to make it secure. Like, midfield 2 in front of them. Who are you going with? Everyone else is fit, by the way, from what he said. Like, I didn't hear anything about anyone else. So,
I think it'll be Jones and McAllister.
Jones and McTean. Do you think that's if you looked on the face of this, obviously at this stage of the season, do you think this is our best midfield, or okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's the best midfield we've got in the team. Okay. It's the best midfield we've had all season. It's been the most consistent. We picked up the most points with this midfield.
Say no more. Then say no more. All right, no Diogo Jota. Who's your front 3?
Diaz is an automatic starter. I actually got some news about Diaz that I've actually clocked. I've realised about him, which is peak. I come to the realisation. But no, we'll chat about it later.
Oh, okay.
Diaz.
Left or right?
Left. Gakpo.
Right. Oh, you're going Gakpo. And then I'm assuming Salah on the right. Or no?
Nah.
On.
Elliot, bruv.
Okay, fair. You think he's going to drop in for 2 games in a row?
1 million. After that, you can't, like, you know, like, imagine, yeah, you see your son, imagine you tell him, yeah, he's acting up, and you tell him, if you do this again, yeah, you're going to get a slap, like, on whatever, or you're going to, give him a punishment, whatever. Ground him, you don't have to slap him, innit? Amnesty International and that Klopp was talking about. But cool. Exactly, but cool, don't want to get man in trouble. Well, let's say cool, you decide to punish him. See if you don't punish him after that. he starts to lose control, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He starts to call
Just not
you
going-
G instead of calling you dad. He's
Yeah.
like, shut up, G. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Bro.
you got to follow through what you said. So if man's doing that and you're bringing him on and he didn't affect the game, and man's throwing all this strop and telling man it's fire. Yeah, it's fire. But it's only fire if you're on the bench. Like, I don't care about how well you perform in training. You're benched again. Like, you have to, innit? Like, there's nothing to play for in the season, but you have to keep some order in your house, bro. You have to.
Fairs. Fairs. I think he's going to start. I think he plays him in this game.
That's crazy.
The thing is, I hear what you're saying, but I just feel like he's just going to look at it and think to himself, well, the reality is, if he says it's done, it's done. If they've moved on, they've moved on. And it's I don't think it would have been a situation of that kind of like like in the context of what you just said about, if my man did that and then you didn't like you said if you do this again, then this is gonna happen to you. I feel like in this kind of situation, he's just gonna be like, run it, like, you know what I mean, just play him. But listen, I don't mind going with an Elliot. Andre saying zero chance.
What would your team be? What would your team be?
The only changes I would make, the only changes I think are going to be made is, I think Salah starts. Midfield, I'd keep the same. Back four, I'd keep the same. Yeah, I think it's just Salah. I think Salah starts this game, bro. I don't know what.
Andre, saying zero chance Salah doesn't start. That's silly. That he didn't start last game. He didn't start the game. Like, he hasn't started games recently.
Yeah, true.
What makes you think he's going to start? Like, there's not zero chance. Like, come on. Like, let's just.
No, there's definitely a chance that he doesn't start the game. I could definitely say that. I don't want to act like, it's never ever gonna. No, it could easily happen in this kind of game. Andre saying they have 3 games left together and their feud was resolved. Klopp won't be that petty. Maybe, yeah. I just think, maybe it's done and dusted. Do you hear what I'm trying to say? So. Like they've just moved on from it, kind of. Obviously, the men are professionals, isn't it? Like, so.
Facts. No. Like, I'm not saying that, but like.
No, but I fully get what you're saying.
The way he was moving, like, you can imagine he's moving like that. Klopp says it's done in the change room, but then he comes out and makes that comment. You can imagine, like, in the dressing room, man would be like, "Raw, like, that's a bit." You have to. Yeah, man. Like, if you're in the dressing room, you know sometimes that you have to just you can't allow that, because then certain other man, like, let's say Nunes starts and then Gakpo as a result misses out. Yeah, Gakpo will be like, hold on, I've been performing well, I've been doing this, I've been benched this whole season. My man's talking to you like this, like, sure, absolutely, you're putting it straight back in. Like, you have to think of the dynamics in the team, innit?
We say, well, my man's talking crazy, and you still, all right, say no more then. Say no more.
Like, do you know what I mean? Or like, loads of players will be like, hold on, like, do you know what I mean? Like, how's this brother playing? Not only is he not performing well, not only is he not performing well, he's coming on and he's giving that type of attitude, and you tell us about, you're talking about how this is a harmony and this and respect, and we're not that type of team, and he's doing that. Come on, man.
It looks like a Carabao Cup team, bro. We got injuries, bro. Like, there isn't even really any.
No,
and
we say Carabao Cup. What did we win this season? What's our level?
Yeah, to be fair,
what's the highest level? That was the highest. That was the highest bit of euphoria that we felt this season, bro. We are a Carabao Cup team.
But the thing is, everyone's saying Carabao Cup and people saying losing team. Outside of Virgil starting in that back four, that's kind of the strongest back four that you would think at the beginning of the season that you would go with. Take out Kwanzaa for Virgil. That's it. So the back five is calm. Midfield, I mean,
starting midfield.
Who's everyone realistically placed in the midfield? The attack, okay, Fairs, I can give you that one. The attack kind of looks a bit meaty in the sense of, just how it is kind of thing. But then again, any attack I think that we play looks kind of meaty now anyway, just because of how we've been. Do you know what I mean, this season? So yeah, like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's that's a stronger team with no Jota. Nunes probably, if you wanted to start Nunes, but I mean, why? Midfield, I'm not starting Szoboszlai. I don't really want to see Gravenberch like that, because I think, I don't really see the point. I feel like the midfield is calm. Honestly, I don't see that as being a mad team. I can't even front. Salah will start, although I don't think he should, as he's way off form. I hear it. But then, that's why I don't. I
can see Salah starting. Yeah, I can see Salah. Like, don't get twisted. If Salah starts, I won't be like raw. Like, I can't believe.
Yeah, no, you
Klopp's
just
done that.
know. Yeah, you just know.
But I'm just saying I wouldn't, innit? If I was Klopp, I'm like, bro, I ain't starting you, bro. I ain't starting you, man. Like, what you think that's gonna get you to start? That behavior is gonna get you to start.
Yeah, no, facts. Salah's comments came before their dressing room talks, though.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. He was already dressed, bro. Why am I lying? Why am I lying?
Yeah, for real. No, he was dressed actually. Yeah, he was
dressed, bro. He was on his way to the flipping car park, bro. Like he was. Klopp speaks before that.
Yeah, he's saying I start Grav over Jones. Nah, don't think Grav deserves a start right now, man. And if I'm being honest, with someone like a Gravenberch, I'm just like, I don't need to see you between now and the end of the season. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to sell you. I just don't need to see you. Like, I actually don't need to see you. You can come off the bench, though. You can definitely come off the bench and try and run your rhythm that way if you want. I mean, if he has a sick game off the bench, then yeah, maybe for the next game against Villa away. But then I don't even trust him in a game like that. That's how mad it is right now. I don't really trust him. But then I don't trust a lot of players. Christian, I can't lie, might as well play Bajcetic at this point. Nothing to play for now. Season is done. I hear it. And I think he'll probably be on the bench, potentially coming on in this kind of game. So yeah, 100%. Richard saying Liverpool level is Premier League, FA Cup, EFL Cup, Champions League, Super Cup, and Club World Cup level. It isn't at this moment in time. I can say that for free. We wouldn't be good enough to win any of those. We're not good enough to win the Prem. Clearly wasn't good enough to win the FA Cup. Won the EFL Cup. I don't think we would have won the Champions League. And obviously Super Cup and Club World Cup comes after. So yeah, I think where we've landed is probably the level that we are at this current moment in time. Third place in the Premier League, get that solidified. Champions League football, win one of the two FA Cup or Carabao Cup, whichever kind of one. And yeah, I think like that would have been Liverpool level.
But Richard, when we talk about Liverpool level, that's the level you aspire Liverpool to be, and the Liverpool that Liverpool once were, right? But when we're talking about this season, the proof's in the pudding. The proof's in the pudding. We weren't in the Champions League. We didn't make it past the quarterfinals or was it last 16?
Quarterfinals.
Yeah, quarterfinals of the flipping Europa League. You got knocked out of the FA Cup. Our level's Carabao Cup this season and third. That's the level. How else can we be another level?
No,
the level that we aspire to be at is different. That's completely different. But the level that we're at this season is this level. Like it's the same. It's the old saying, isn't it? It's like the table doesn't lie. Where you finish the end of the season is where you deserve to be.
Nunes, Gakpo, Salah, defense will be worried. I'll be honest with you. I don't think any team would look at Liverpool's attack and necessarily be worried. I don't think it's going to work like that between now and the end of the season. There's only 3 games left anyway, and we're not playing other than Wolves, Villa, and Tottenham. I don't think they're going to look at it like that. I'll be so honest with you. Like, what would they need to be scared of? Like, this is a team who can't finish. This is the team with players out of form. This is the team who themselves are out of form too. I don't think no one's looking at Liverpool and being scared. Whether we win the game is irrelevant. I don't think they're going to go into the game. It's not like they're going into this game and we've just come off the back of winning the last 10 straight. That's different. Then I'm saying, teams are going to be shitting themselves in the tunnel. We're not in that position at this moment in time. We look like a team, bereft of ideas. We look like a team who don't really know what's going on. We have a manager who's basically checked out. We've got players talking back to man. We've got players out of form. We've got players missing chances. We've got a defense that is leaky as hell. We've got a team who constantly concede first in games. You ain't scared of this type of team. I'm sorry. There's nothing to be scared of at all. I think Klopp messed up games with team selection, and that's part and parcel. That's the point. This is why I say, why would you be scared? You know that Klopp could easily mess it up again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and again, 3 games to go. What is there? There's nothing to even play for at this point. That's the maddest thing about this whole thing. There's even nothing to play for. So we're just really, if I'm being honest, I think, Jerry, you mentioned it the other day, man like Van Dijk in that, he's probably not even fully injured, but we've got Euros to be worrying about. He ain't even trying to pick up no crazy injury that's going to keep him out. Kind of, there's bare players that are going to be thinking.
Bro, he just like, you know what? In training, he licks a shot and just does the sub thing. Like, just like, nah, my knee. I'm 100%. But man, just I'm calm in it. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, no.
What are we fighting for? It's a friendly.
Playing Spurs. No. I'm not saying, bro. No team is going to go into any game wanting to lose. By the way, I'm not saying that that's going to be their mentality. I hope I haven't articulated it that way. I don't mean it like that at all. They're going to try and win the game 100%, and he's going to try and put out a team who he thinks can win the game. What I'm saying is that when you look on the face of it, we're not a team right now that you're looking at and you're like, oh, I'm scared of this. I even just said Van Dijk might even be a doubt. So you're 100% not scared of that Liverpool defense at all. You're thinking, bro, I can get out the whole defense. How about that? I walk onto the pitch, I can get out the whole defense. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I can get at this defense. I can get at Konate. I know where Trent's going to be. I know what Trent's going to do because he does it every single game. We can get at Trent in that position. I know how Konate and Kwanzaa have played together and haven't really looked that good as a partnership. If they are the partnership for the game, for example, I can get at these kind of players. I'm not saying that we're shite or anything like that. Obviously, we are a good team. We are third in the Premier League. But in this moment, we're not a team that if you had to choose between Arsenal, City, and Liverpool, Liverpool's the team that you'd probably want to face out of the three. Just in this kind of moment, you don't really want to face Arsenal because you know you probably won't score. You don't really want to face City.
You probably want to go and face that are fighting for more. That are fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you know,
exactly.
Like even like fighting, I don't know who's like fourth at the moment, like Forest or something. You probably want to go face Forest because Forest are dying. Like,
yeah, they're trying to get out of relegation and everything.
But there's teams out there that are like fighting for relegation. Yeah, man. So you don't want to face teams like that where it's like, brother, you face a team like again Aston Villa that are trying to get into the top four with United. I think it is, isn't it?
Villa are top four. Villa are fourth at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Put it this way: you don't want to face Arsenal or City either, innit?
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to face a Villa side who are trying to solidify that fourth. I don't think it's solidified at the moment. So
okay, yes, exactly. Yeah, Villa. That's my point. Yeah,
man. Like, and I'm baffled. Like, again, people in the chat, let me know. Like, you're not looking at this team. I'm confused at where you're changing it. Like, Van Dijk is a doubt, so let's just say he's not playing for the game. So the defense, I can't see who else is going to play in that defense. Midfield, you're not put like Szoboszlai and Gravenberch are not the ones, people. Like, unless you guys are saying you'd rather one of those two, okay, fairs. The attack has been shit for time. It doesn't even matter who we're playing there anymore. Outside of Gakpo and maybe Diaz, that's it. The right side is probably the only area that you're like, maybe you can swap it around. The Salah, he's been off form. Maybe you can put Elliott in. I'm just trying to figure out what everyone's thinking. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know. Like, do we think that we've been good recently? That there's going to be players who are slotting in? I don't know. Do you think LFC players are focusing on Euro 2024 and playing or fight for the club badge to win EP? Obviously, now, yeah. So when we got knocked out of the Europa League, 100%. And I would be doing the same thing too. I don't even look at it as unprofessional. I just look at it as being smart. Especially for a player like a Van Dijk, for example, someone who is on the end, coming like towards that back end of his career, doesn't know how many tournaments he's even going to have left. Remember, it's not guaranteed. It's not like Premier League, you're in it every year. This is, we may qualify for the next tournament. We may not qualify. I'm sure there was a tournament they didn't qualify recently. So, and he missed the Euros, the last Euros. Bro, he's trying to play as many tournaments as he possibly can. And we're at the back end of the season. And considering we have nothing to play for, yeah, I feel like some people, maybe not consciously, it might just be a subconscious thought, but you are definitely thinking about it, bro. 100%. Obviously, he's the captain.
But do you know what it is? Do what it's like. Imagine, yeah, you're chilling with your boys, like in the chicken shop after school, yeah, and you know in the back of your mind, like, yeah, your bus is coming in 2 minutes. All your boys are chilling and relaxing. You're already on edge, innit? You're like, rah, like, I need to head off. You're not even enjoying that time with your boys like that. You're already thinking, yeah, bro, you're standing up by the door watching to see if the bus is going to pull up in it. Whereas your boys, they're there, innit? They're just chilling. So it's the same thing. It's like, well, these guys already subconsciously would be like, bruv, like, I'm already looking towards the Euros, innit?
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. This is what I'm saying is like, I don't think man are going to be like looking at it like that. Big up Hassan in the building. Yeah, penultimate means second last. It means the one before. So the one before the last. So that's why I say the penultimate. And it's our last game, our penultimate game at Anfield, because our last game at Anfield is obviously against Wolves. That's what I mean, yeah. When I say penultimate. But big up Sam in the building, bro. I hope you are blessed. Connor saying, as long as number 9 doesn't start, we have some hope of scoring a goal. Yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying. Sam saying bench Robertson now. So he's saying what, play Gomez? Guys, we need to start looking at these options that we've got available. You know, like the options that we've got available. Is
these men want to play Alisson, Tsimikas. They want Konate and Gomez, or Gomez and Bradley, and then in midfield they want Clarkson, Bajcetic, and Soboslai with Nunes, Salah, and
Tsimikas to play. You know, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Bro, the time, just listen to what you're okay. Like Klopp said, Van Dijk said that. Obviously, we don't know if he's playing, right? So we're just going off the assumption that he's just not going to play in this game. Are you comfortable having Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, Konate, and Trent? That to me is Carabao Cup team. That's when I'm looking at the back line. I'm like, yo, what is even going on here? That's when I'm saying it. I'm saying it. He's saying Robertson top 3 worst performer this year. Changed my mind.
What? Are we serious? Hold on. Did Robertson score a goal like 2 games ago?
Against West Ham? He scored in the last game.
Yeah, he scored in the last game. I want to get rid of him. Where did this come from? No, where did this come from?
Hold on. Let me.
Has he done something?
If you're free, Sam, man, you might have to come explain that one still. But yeah, I'm just looking at it. Like I said, guys, I just can't see any. I can't think of a stronger team. Even if you add Van Dijk in there, like the team is still going to be relatively the same. It's only really Van Dijk, if he's available, that's going to be like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like Van Dijk, put him in. The back line just kind of looks the same kind of thing. Like, I can't really think of any. The midfield, I'm not changing that. Like I wouldn't change anyone personally in that midfield. I'm sorry, I do not want to see Szoboszlai play. I'm tired of seeing this brother play this season, bro. Like he needs a rest. He can just sit on the bench for a hot minute, and he doesn't deserve to play anyway. Gravenberch would be the only one I would think about. But I just think if Jones is fit and he's back, I'd rather have Jones in the team. I'd honestly rather have Jones in the team.
Yeah.
Listen, Salah's my guy. Salah is my guy, bro. Like, but at the same time, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, he's been out of form, so I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, Salah's. Yeah, I mean, if Salah doesn't start and all that kind of stuff, do you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, it's one of them ones, bro. It's generally one of them ones. Big up Steve in the building, bro. Hope you're blessed. Hope you are blessed. But yeah, that's the team that I'm gonna go with for the game. Jerry shameless talking about he scored. But he did though, to be fair. He did score, to be fair.
Did he not score? But what I'm saying is he scored, but there's other players on that pitch that were starting that were terrible.
Yeah.
And we're contemplating starting these guys.
No, it's true. It's true. Hey, man, I'm going to leave the team at that. Guys, you guys can fight it over. I'm sure everyone else is going to be doing their predicted lineups over the next couple of days. So you guys can beef that one out if you guys want to. Let me stop sharing that. We'll go to this last second. So we'll go to the penultimate part of the thing. And then we'll get to the end. Where is it? There we go. Boom. All right. So, Ali, Trent, Konate, Kwanzaa, Tsimikas. I can't even lie, man. My team just makes me sick sometimes when I think about it. When we're looking at when we're looking. Excuse me. When we're looking at Spurs, one of the main things that I saw with their team, and one of the things that I think like Andrew's obviously tried to stress this season is obviously he'll have it set up in the 4-2. I didn't put any players, I don't know who's going to play, but let's say he's got it set up in that 4-2-3-1 system. We know Maddison, if he's fit, he'll play. It will either be Son or Richarlison on the left here, and Son or Richarlison, of course, up top. Kulusevski potentially will play in that position, right? When these lot have got the ball, one of the things I saw them do was, there we go. Let's say the left centre-back has got the ball here. If the left centre-back has got the ball, what they'll obviously try and do is they try to like box it in. So one of the sixes, so I don't know, who's it? Sarr and...
Sarr, yeah.
Yeah, let's just say this is just Sarr. Whoever you want it to be, it doesn't really matter. they'll get one of these guys to almost form a triangle here. Now, obviously, this right winger, whoever that's going to be, Elliot or Salah, he's going to obviously try and close it down. What that then going to do is he's going to pop that ball into that 6. When he does that, he's going to go here. So he's just going to pop that ball into him. Once he does that, because he's already here, usually he's kind of out wide in that kind of, usually he's out wide in that kind of position there. So once that 6 pops it back to the right centre back, he's going to pop it out to the right back here. What that then does, they start moving up the pitch now. Now Pedro Porro is now moving up the pitch. He's got the 2 6s there to help him. Now they're going to form another box right here, just like that. It's all boxes and triangles with these guys, like from what I was seeing. So now you're either passing it to the right winger, or obviously Porro could just keep bombing up if no one's going to challenge him. But you can just pop it into that right winger. Of course, McAllister's going to try and keep up, or whoever's in that 8 position is going to try and keep up. We know he ain't going to keep up. So that ball's going to get popped into that right winger. He's probably going to pop it into that 6 who has been traveling. Now you've got this, again, squares and triangles, bro. Look at that triangle, 6, 10, and the number 9 in there. That's all they seem to be doing when they obviously have the ball. Where we will probably, I think anyway, get the joy is like what Jerry said, is either Diaz is going to have to cheat in this position where he's just going to have to stay a little bit further forward, or at times when we do have the ball, you're going to have Robertson obviously trying to do that. So it's going to be really a battle, in my opinion, between Robbo and Pedro Porro on that side. But what do you think, Jerry, Steve? Like, what are you guys thinking in terms of where the game could be won and lost? Obviously, I haven't even talked about the right-hand side.
Game will be won and lost in terms of set pieces, because whether Spurs have been playing against teams who are brilliant at set pieces, Arsenal being the best of the best, obviously, or if they're playing anyone just anyone. They've been given, I think I saw a stat, and I think I remember 5 out of the past 6 Spurs games, they've conceded a set piece goal, free kick, or what's it called? Free kick or a corner or anything. So for me, that's where you'll win the game, and that's probably, like, obviously because Van Dijk's a very, very, very good defender. Not only that, though, he is very, very good in the air. I could see like a Diaz getting like a header. You know what I'm saying? I could see him scoring that, because the way they're set up on corners it's terrible. And I don't know if you guys have seen, like, over the past few days, and Postecoglou said it again yesterday. He's getting very prickly, and he's very, very insecure, might be kind of the word to describe it. Whenever a reporter asks him about set pieces, he brushes it off like, oh, there's bigger priorities or whatever. But it's like, bro, everyone is scoring goals on you. Like I said in the comments earlier, Sheffield United have conceded 17 from set pieces. Didn't Chelsea score 2 set piece goals yesterday? I want to say.
Free kick from Palmer, then obviously Jackson scored the follow-up. First goal was, I can't remember the first goal, but I remember the second.
I think it was
goal.
a corner, wasn't it?
I think so. To be fair, I watched the highlights and I just kind of skipped up.
So they're on 18. So they've conceded the most set piece goals on the season. Chelsea aren't like brilliant at set pieces. I don't know numbers wise. To me, they're like a decent team at set pieces. Actually, defensively, they're really bad too. But I think that's where the game's won and lost, to be honest, because, yeah, you guys are not playing well, but whenever Spurs are playing anybody lately, and this has been a problem the whole season, one of the only weaknesses of Vicario is what Ben White did, where he's like, just screwing around with them. Put a man on Vicario on corners for Spurs, and organizationally, they're not good. Anyone and everyone's scoring goals on them like that. So that, for me, is where it's going to be won and lost. I think those set piece kind of situations.
Definitely going to be a way that Liverpool ain't even the greatest at set pieces. We don't really provide that much threat ourselves.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But if
I was just going to say, we ain't got a set piece. But we ain't got a set piece coach.
Yeah, so we don't even. You see our set. We're not dangerous, and you got Konate, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Matip, all of these big guys, and bro, we do not even look threatening from set pieces at all, bro. I don't even know why, because we should be, if you think about it in retrospect. But yeah, it doesn't seem like we are. But what are you saying?
And that's that Arsenal. Oh, sorry, Jerry, go on. My bad.
Yeah, for me, I think the crucial area as well for Ange Postecoglou will be we dominate the midfield because they also invert their fullbacks. So their fullbacks
Yeah.
also go and come in. So when their fullbacks come in,
Like a box.
if you go into a box, so when their fullbacks come in and make it into a box, so they've got the three that are kind of out wide. So you have Son, Kulusevski that's out wide. Where's the three up top?
The three up top will basically here. One right winger here, three.
Oh,
here.
okay. It's the other way. Cool. Yeah, sorry. I was
Yeah,
looking
sorry,
at
yeah,
it
sorry,
like,
yeah,
cool. I can see it. So when you go like that and they do the inverted thing, they'll also go and look to obviously dominate obviously in that midfield area. Now, when you've got someone like a Maddison that's popping up in the little spaces, so he'll come out of that box to come out wide, as an example. So come out, that side, and then you've got Son on the left or whoever's on the left coming inside. Now you got a problem. Exactly. Now you got a problem because if the fullback goes to Maddison, you start to open up gaps. The midfielders on that box, if they try to rush out to Maddison as well, they're going to leave that side exposed. I mean, you've got Porro that can come inside as well because they can go either or. It's not just one side that inverts that with Liverpool. Both sides invert at times.
Yeah.
So when that happens, then you're in a situation where they're going to start to overload that midfield. Knowing that, at one point we might vacate, but if you go and move there, exactly. So if you go and move there as an example, and so it's free, you'll have Porro now that comes inside. So it's a 4v versus 3 in the midfield because your box has gone. Because one of your players has to go and track Maddison or track the runner, and then that starts to cause a lot of issues for me. So the midfield, I know it's very cliche, but I think that's where the game's going to be won and lost, man.
I also think.
I agree, man.
Sorry, I was just going to say another thing. Both goalkeepers are terrific shot stoppers. Absolutely terrific shot stoppers. Obviously, like Ali said, it's more high profile and stuff, but Vicario, for me, has been either their best player of the season in terms of consistency, and I said the CG, like one of the best in the Premier League, full stop. I knew what the guy was capable of at Empoli. I'm not saying I watched every Empoli game, but I saw 12 games a season here, 12 there, maybe 15, around that kind of range. Probably turned up in all of them. Turned up in nearly all of them. But he did have that set-piece weakness. But he makes wonder saves almost every game. I mean, look at I didn't watch the game yesterday, but the North London, that save on Saka in the first half, that could have made it 4-love. You know what I'm saying? That save on Saka was just out of this world. He does it all the time. So for me, that's the other thing that'll make it really, really interesting, because both goalkeepers are more than capable of pulling off wonder saves where it's like, bro, it was a great team move from the other team, and it should have been a goal, and it wasn't the fault of the attacker because he put it in the right place and all that, but the goalkeeper just made a wonder save. So it's that kind of thing.
I agree. Like he is a good shot stopper. I think his weakness does come from crosses and potentially set pieces. So that will be an area I'm sure if Klopp has got an ounce of just IQ in him, which I know he does. I'd like to think he does. He will definitely look at that. What I'm interested to see, though, which I find is going to be hilarious, is that both teams like to play high. So I can see this being a game where it's going to almost be like the game is played in like some small section of the pitch. Like this tiny section here, I feel like that's where the game's going to mostly be played, kind of thing. Like, and this is where you're then looking at certain players and you're saying, all right, can you move the ball quick enough in and around there to be able to release it for whichever forward? That's why I did think about potentially Núñez starting the game. He is someone though who does go offside a lot. Can't really time his runs, kind of thing. But there are also times when we don't release the ball quick enough for Núñez. So I feel like the game's going to be played in this little box in that mid, as Jerry said, the midfield kind of area being so important. It's going to be played there, and you're just going to see bare balls just over the top. That's the way I can see it. Like that's
balls on chins.
Yeah, hey, Jerry said it, not me. But like, that's what I'm saying. I think like it's going to be that type of game where there's going to be a couple ballers on the pitch: McAllister, Maddison, Son. What ballers do we have? Trent.
Brandon Johnson.
Really, he's okay, but I think again he's one of those players. Like I look at him and think maybe. Listen, he's had one season, hasn't really been good this season. Maybe next season will be more of a. He's had the time to develop now at a team like Tottenham. Maybe next season might be a better season for him, but at this moment, I'm not really looking at him too tough. I think their threats really are going to come Obviously, I don't know if Udogi's going to play again. I don't know if he's going to be fit enough for the game. But if he does play, it will be him, Porro on those fullback areas. That's going to cause us problems. And you already know we have two fullbacks who never really stay back, and one who likes to invert like there's no man's business. So yeah, we just need to be careful, in my opinion. That's all we need to do. Just be a bit careful. But those balls over the top of the back line of Spurs' back line, I think that's where we're probably going to get our joy. And to be honest, for me, a team like Liverpool, he's out for the season. Oh, yes, he is. He is out for the season. Yes, you're right. So I think it was Ben Davis that played. No, Emerson Royale played yesterday. Ben Davis, I think, played the game before that against Arsenal. So I'm not worried too much about that side. It is going to be that right-hand side where they're going to cause, obviously, some danger. So let's wait and see. Man. Let's.
Did either of you guys watch the game yesterday versus Chelsea Spurs? Did either of you watch that? I missed it. But I heard that Spurs.
I literally just watched I didn't even know they were playing. I wasn't even focused on. I was watching the Bayern Leverkusen game. I didn't even watch
I missed that game. How was that? How was that game? How was that?
I mean, Bayern Leverkusen were just in really total control throughout the entirety of the game.
So what
Roma looked like the away team. Then, Bayern Leverkusen looked like the home team. Roma looked like the away team. Couldn't really get on the ball at all. They were always trying to pop it into Dybala and Lukaku. The ball's just bouncing off Lukaku. He's falling down. It was a game of just no control, but Leverkusen had all of the control, in my opinion, anyway, in the game. Obviously, Roma had a few chances here and there, but they just looked like they were just in ultimate control, man. There was beef as well in the game as well. These were arguing quite a lot in the game, but you could tell it's because Roma were just vexed in the game still.
Yeah, and G, when we did the Bologna-Roma game, what was Roma's biggest problem? They had absolutely zero discipline. How many times when this season, when they had Mourinho as well, how many times did I see Roma have bare discipline problems? Because not many of their players are that good at football. They just got mad anger issues. And De Rossi, the new manager, bounced. Thank God it only lasted for that long because I can't take it, bro. Take it. So I'm glad that finally the footballing balance of the universe is balanced out. Thank God.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. Roma one of them teams, but we'll see for them anyway. Come the second. Oh, he's gone. Okay, cool. He's come back. We'll see for them for the second leg. All right, guys, we'll do our predictions and then we will head out of here. I want to try and wrap this up in the next 5. I've got some ish to do. I'll start with you, Jerry, and then I'll go to you, Steve, afterwards. Prediction for the game, Jerry. And guys, people in the chat, put your predictions as well.
I'm probably going to go and give it a 3-2 Liverpool win.
Oh, look how psychic I am. I wrote that just now as well.
3-2. 2-2 or 3-2 maybe Liverpool because they're at Anfield and it's the penultimate game for Klopp at Anfield. I think it's going to be a couple goals. I think Tottenham will dominate us in midfield, but I think we'll just catch them out with the high line.
Say no more. Steve, what do you think it's going to be?
4-0 Liverpool. I know you guys are out of form, but Chelsea beat them 2-0 and apparently played them off the park from minute 1 to 90. Newcastle, we destroyed them 4-0. It was an off-the-ball masterclass kind of thing. So I'll go 4-0 Liverpool. This will be a get-right game. They are crumbling under pressure. They're away. I'm friends with what's his name, Stelios from Tottenham away. He brings us up all the time whenever Spurs play Liverpool. Spurs have won, I think, 3 times in 108 years at Anfield. All comps. 3.
I can't even lie. I don't even look at them things because Crystal Palace hadn't won at Anfield for donkey's years. Came there 1-1.
No, but didn't they have a run? Didn't they have a run? Crystal Palace 2015.
No, people have dismissed. People keep saying that Liverpool, Crystal Palace is Liverpool's bogey team. When you look at the record, they're not even our bogey team. We beat them 9 times out of 10. We never really lose against them. It was just that one game, obviously, Istanbul, as they like to call it, where we obviously messed up. But usually, bro, we beat them 7-something ones. They're shit. I feel
But
like it's
yeah,
just
no,
a myth that people create.
I'm a head-to-head merchant. Like I love those kind of historical data,
Yeah,
facts,
no,
that
cool.
kind of stuff because it's just interesting. Just interesting. And honestly, like to be honest, most of it is pretty consistent. Like from a gambling perspective, gamblers
Yeah,
not
no, of course,
from a
of
gambling
course.
perspective, it actually is kind of reliable. Like Newcastle over the years versus Spurs usually win. You know what I'm saying? So, but whenever Newcastle play Liverpool, I just say loss. It don't matter if you guys have 900 injuries and we have our full 11 and we're on a 15-game winning run. I'm just like, we're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one of those guys. But it depends. You know what it is for predicting? I have so many different ways of looking at it because it's like in-form team versus out-of-form team, historical record, injuries, all that stuff. So I sometimes for like different games, like look at it through a different angle or a lens. But yeah, I don't know. They're playing terribly lately. You guys have a great record versus them at Anfield, and also like if Newcastle are capable of beating Spurs 4-0 at our ground, then I think you can do the same. I don't think that's that crazy, but
No, it's definitely not. LSE Aaron is VVD. Yeah, he's a doubt. He hasn't trained this week, so I don't know. Like he hasn't trained so far this week. We're on Friday now. The game's on Sunday. I don't know if he's going to train today and tomorrow. Obviously, when he did that press conference, he was saying I think they got training literally straight away after that press conference. So whether or not he's gonna train today, then tomorrow, and then be fit, because Klopp likes a couple of days for these guys to get back into some type of swing. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. This Anfield rubbish though. Matter no more. Since we started passing it around the back, our keeper passing the ball 100 times is why we lose. Keepers should not be touching the ball no more than 10. Depends on what type of team that you are, to be fair, but I get the premise of where you're going with it. G and Jerry, would you take Murillo of Forest at Liverpool?
bad boy center back. Bad boy. I like him.
If I didn't have Konate, I would take him. He's basically the same thing, so probably not. I probably wouldn't.
I think he's a little bit better on the ball than Konate, but yeah, you're right. It's not his strength.
Like, if you're only a little bit better, I'm like, I'll just keep what I have. Like, you need to be Levi Colwill, like Akwanza, like those type of players on the ball for me to be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, like I'd want that type of defender, but he's basically the same thing. But he's a good defender, though. I definitely think he's a good defender. My scoreline predicted is I'm gonna go with 2-2.
Damn.
Yeah, I think there'll be goals in the game. I think both teams, we almost play into each other's hands, like in terms of our style of play. I think it's very similar in what we do. And we're both out of form. So I think we're both going to be coming into this game just trying to prove a point, really and truly, if I'm being totally honest with you. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. 0-0, Nunes. Oh, I was baffled. I was like, how'd you get 0-0 but Nunes hat-trick of hitting the post? Watch him score 3 goals. I don't think he's got a hat-trick for Liverpool so far, but watch him bag a hat-trick towards the between now and the end of the season. Angel, I take Brentford from Everton. Yeah, but that's never ever gonna happen, to be honest. But yeah, he's a good.
When was the last time there was an Everton to Liverpool direct transfer? That wasn't a free agent thing. Has there ever been?
Nick Barmby.
Who?
I want to say Nick Barmby. Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Nick Barmby. I think someone correct me. Someone correct me, but I'm sure it was Nick Barmby. But I don't know if he moved on a free and just left Everton. Let me see, 2000 after nearly 4 years. No, yeah, 6 million fee. He paid 6 million for him.
Oh damn.
Yeah, Nick Barmby still. Big up Ultra. G, would you ever do a call-in show? Yeah, 100%. 100%. During the summer, I'll do a lot of those. We'll talk, because obviously we're going to be talking transfers and players, and obviously we're going to be seeing pre-season. The Euros is obviously going on. So yeah, during the summer window, as soon as the season's ended, then we'll obviously get into all of that stuff. But obviously I'll tell you guys about that stuff come the end of the season anyway, of what I've got in store. All right, people, gonna leave it there. Big up everybody inside. Love to everybody who's obviously tuned in this morning. Hope you guys obviously have a great weekend. For those over here, of course, in the UK, have a great bank holiday weekend. I will be back most likely maybe Monday evening, but if not, then I'll be back Tuesday morning, back again 10:30. So make sure you guys, are locked in. I will be doing maybe next week, I don't know, depending on what shows to do. I will be doing episodes looking at 5 defensive targets, midfield targets, and forward targets for the summer. So guys, if you've got any names and you're watching this on the replay, just put any names you think Liverpool should be going for. I'll take a look. Hey, look, they might be the same targets that we've got. So yeah, make sure you guys, of course, tune in for that. Steve, what you got popping for the weekend?
So I have to set it up, but I'm doing Hamburg, St. Pauli in about 5 hours. It's crazy because if St. Pauli win, they would they get clinch top 2 in the second Bundesliga, so they get promoted for the first time in like 12 years. Over their rivals, Hamburg, who are a Bundesliga team forever and ever and ever until 7 years ago, and they haven't been up since, and they've been bottling promotions like crazy. So that's just a narrative merchant game, and those German derbies are fucking crazy. I love it. Capping off a brilliant week from Germany overall, Europe. So keep it with the Germans, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, Hoffenheim, Leipzig. I'm expecting Leipzig to just crush them. Shout out Openda and them guys. So that's what I got coming up today. And then tomorrow, just bear watch alongs. I think I might do the Sociedad game in Newcastle, or maybe the Strasbourg one. Monza versus Lazio, and Brest versus Nantes also on Saturday. So yeah.
So guys, you heard it here first. Make sure you guys, of course, head on over to Strasbourg Steve. Keep your notification bells on. You'll be able to, of course, see what he's got coming up. Last question before we head out. Would you man take Sven Botman?
Hands off.
Yes, but I need to find out about this injury stuff like that's been going on this season.
Yeah,
he's a baller, man. He's a baller.
No. He's a baller, but so is a bunch of other players that I could probably think off the top of my head. But his injuries this season,
he's out with an ACL till November.
November.
And it happened 2 months. By the way, he's been out for 2 months.
Yeah, that's what I knew he'd been out, came back, and then came out. I was like, bro, like, what's going on over here, bro? Like, you're moving mad right now. You're actually moving mad. But yeah, guys, big up everybody inside the building. As I said, if you're watching this on the replay, if you are here, make sure you do smash that like button for me. Just keep your notification bells on, people. You never know, I might do a surprise stream one of these days over the weekend. But if not, enjoy your bank holiday weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.